Hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Cringe. Literally I just put the camera on and I don't have a plan for this video. So I hope that it goes okay. I'm just gonna talk from the heart, you know? Say what spirit is guiding me to say. I've been talking like this all day. This top and scarf that I'm wearing was my great-grandmother's in Nigeria, and it just makes me feel super cool, super connected, very ancestral. And you know, it's Black History Month, so it's given. Something that I've come to terms with this year specifically is that it's not my will, it's God's. And that's for me because I believe in God. And before, it's like, for me, trying to manifest was like, okay, cool, I want this, and it's gonna come, right? But then getting disappointed and feeling like I'm hitting wall after wall after wall because I'm saying I want it now. And it doesn't come now, it comes in its own divine timing, it comes in God's timing, right? So then I realized, cool, putting the intention out there to say, yes, I do actually want this. Making sure that it's something that I actually want. And in some cases, sometimes we say that we want things and God doesn't give it to us because that's not what we want. So at the end of the day, I'm not actually in control of this. I'm just surrendering to the divine power, higher source of being, all of that stuff, aka God, right? So for me, having faith, like being in a very confusing part of my life, this year's been very confusing, but also not confusing at all. Walking in faith right now looks to me like, I don't know how it's going to happen, but the will is there. And I know what I have to do to take care of myself to be able to receive that. So having a formula, I watch a lot of Stormy Wellington's videos. I've been watching her for ages and now everyone's like, Coach Stormy. But I've been clued up. Two things that she talks about. One is formula. If I can recite this, I'll rate myself. So it's faith, oneness, routine, mindset, universe, love, and activate. I'm cold. And then 3 questions that she asks herself. Is this making me happier? Is this making me happier or healthier? It's either happier or healthier. Is this making me happier or healthier? Is it making me richer? Is it bringing me closer to God? If not, then unfortunately, don't have the time for it right now. And I said, preach. Because it's actually true. I'm only dedicating time to things, people, like projects that fully align with my life and myself right now. And that has been hard for me, having to separate from people that I love so much, but knowing that I need that season of separation right now and not knowing whether they understand or not. I'm not even explaining myself. I haven't even explained this to anyone because normally I over explain things. I'm not doing that anymore. Literally, I'm not doing that anymore. And it's a case of they will see why. And if they choose not to understand, that there's actually nothing I can do about it because this is what I need to do for me. And I think that's what's important. Actually loving myself. Actually saying, no, I need to input these boundaries for other people and for myself. That there's so many boundaries. Okay, cool. This year, a couple months ago, I worked on my boundaries like with other people, and I feel like I can put those in. But then when I don't uphold those, it's because I'm not upholding my personal boundaries for me, as in nothing to do with anyone else. I need to have boundaries with myself. What do I accept? What do I like? What are my morals and values, and upholding those, and then I can uphold, okay, when this comes right around, I know that that's not in line with the person that I am, so I can say no. That's what it is. Knowing yourself in order to set those boundaries. And with knowing yourself, being 100% honest. Today I had to sit down and list, what are my demons? What does the devil use to tempt me? To distract me, to keep me off track, to make me feel not good, but it seems so nice and good. Like, temptation is always going to be there. So I have to be honest with myself about what are those things, so I can be aware of them and set those personal boundaries. So now I know where in my life I need to take extra care, because I can get over, like, excited and do a bit too much sometimes. But yeah, I'm just talking. It will make sense to those it makes sense to. It will make sense to me, which is most important. And if it doesn't make sense to you, then try and make sense of what you can. Truth can only be realized because we all have that one, we all have knowledge within us. And so when we come to terms with it in the physical, we can say, okay, this is truth or this is not truth. It's what we resonate with. And so, yeah, self-love, setting boundaries, being honest with yourself, and that being honest with yourself, choose self-acceptance. So be honest with yourself about things that you struggle with, and don't judge yourself for it, because there's a reason why we do everything. Sorry, I'm fidgeting with this, which you guys can probably hear. I need to stop. There's a reason why we do everything. Like, there's a reason behind everything, whether you think it or not. And what I've been taking the time to do over, like, the last year or two is understanding, where did these patterns come from? Where did these thoughts and these habits come from? Then going back to, like, I can't just tackle the habit on its own. I have to know where it comes from. I have to tackle the source. Even, I watched the No For Sure podcast a lot, and B. Simone was talking about, don't worry about the symptoms. Tackle the sickness. Once you get rid of the sickness, there are no symptoms. If you get rid of the symptoms, they will reappear because you're still sick. And so that's what I'm trying to do now. Yeah. So I'm setting myself, like, tests and challenges and not sharing them with anyone else, because when I do, people are like, you don't need to do that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't. And then I don't do it. And then I realize, hold on, because you don't know what's going on inside. You don't. And so these things are personal to me. And it's just like, advice can be good, but you know what works best for you. And so I'm not close to receiving advice. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make my own choice. And I feel like that's where I've fallen out with so many people, because especially in the African community and my family, when you're young, it doesn't matter what age. That's okay. When you're younger, because you can be 50. If you have an older sibling, older auntie, you still have to listen. So when you're younger, if you don't, like, you can take someone's advice, and if you don't follow through on that, they get offended. But they don't know the full story. And so I'm not being disrespectful ever. And I appreciate their counsel, and I will go back and I will ask them for advice because they're older than me. But then I have to think about if that's right for me. Because what works for me doesn't work for you. What works for you doesn't work for her. What works for her doesn't work for him. Like, we're all individual people, individual experiences. It's just down to the last thing, trust. I have to trust myself. So I can have a talk like this with myself and then get really worried that I'm not going to be able to pull through on everything I'm doing for myself. But I have to trust myself, trust my intuition. If my intuition says no, or my intuition says yes, then it's yes or no. It's whatever my intuition says. And I have to be able to trust myself. And I feel like sometimes I don't, because of times I've misled myself in the past. But I was young and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have that guidance. So I've learned those lessons now. And I learned them good. God taught me those lessons good. So it's just up to me, basically, what I do with those lessons. So am I going to listen? Am I going to repeat the same mistake? Because if I do, that's on me. I've learnt this now. I know what to do. So if I do the wrong thing again, that's on me. That's it. And what am I going to do? I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going until I get it right. Period. I'm going to keep going. At the event that I just went to, yeah, there was so many amazing performances and poetry and songs and dances. And this little guy done a rap, right? It was so impactful. And he said, I'm saying, like, I'm leading up to it like it's some big thing that he said. We've all had it before, but it's true. And I never work with myself like that. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But me, I want to go straight from legs not working to doing jumping jacks. It doesn't work like that. So being patient with myself. That's another thing that I've learned too. Like walking in your feminine. And what does that mean? Like everyone's got feminine and masculine energy, right? And I've been operating in masculine energy my whole life. Because I had to be that protector and I had to be that for myself. And I had to keep on go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it. And from my understanding, I haven't finished researching and like learning what it means to walk in your feminine. A lot of the videos that I used to watch is like getting your nails done, doing your makeup, blah, 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 which is obviously cute. But that's not what I mean here. What I mean is slowing down. Slow down. Take enough time to take care of yourself. I'm taking enough time to take care of myself now. So whereas before, for example, simple thing, eating, yeah? That's the thing that I find the hardest. I have the worst relationship with food. I can either be so busy that I forget to eat. I'm eating on the go. I'm eating nonsense because I can't bother to cook. But no, because I want to get so much more stuff done in a day. But I need to know that I don't need to cram my days full. I need to take the time to actually cook a good, nourishing meal for myself. Because that helps me feel better. And then I can work better. I can be better. I can sleep better. I can do everything better. That's just a small example. But it literally means slowing down with everything. Just in life. And taking care of myself more. Is my face like... My nose is really shiny right now. But yeah. Walking in my feminine, which allows room for masculine energy to come in, you know, my husband, whenever he wants to come. But yeah, I know I just spat fire at the camera, pure fire. Everything I said, pure fire. But it's just some lessons that I've been learning that I wanted to share. And it looks so cute that I had to. I'm going to show you guys a picture. But honestly, I hope you learned something, picked something up from this video. And I hope that you continue to find yourself, because you'll never fully know yourself. You learn something about yourself every day. Every day I'm still searching for me, challenging me, stepping out of my comfort zone. I need to get back to that version of me. I haven't been that version of me, I gotta be honest. I haven't. And I can tell. People around me can't tell because they don't know me. And I'm in a new job, I'm in a new environment. So they're just getting to know me. And I have not been me fully. As best as I can now. But not like my 100%. Not my highest self. So I'm getting back to her. Because that's who I want to be every day. And just walk in my purpose. Every day. Every day. No days off. Just walking your purpose. And when I say no days off, that doesn't mean every day walking. Like, people think that, I mean, not walking, working. People think that when I say walking in your purpose every day, that means I've got to work every day. I've got to work on my business. No, walking in my purpose can be, okay, today I'm going to go, this weekend I'm going to go to London. I'm going to show my family and friends. That can be walking in my purpose. That is walking in my purpose as well. Like, it's not just career. It's everything. So, yeah. Thank you if you watched this video. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.